15 inches of lake effect snow is bearing down on Buffalo, a Valentine's Day storm is forming over Texas, and a major pattern flip is coming. I've got 51 cities to cover, so let me get straight to what you need to know. Fargo is sitting at 10 degrees right now, but by Tuesday, Sioux Falls could hit 70. That's a 60-degree swing in 5 days, and when the atmosphere does something that dramatic, big storms follow. So if you're in the Great Lakes, the Northern Plains, or anywhere enjoying this fall spring, your situation is about to change. Drop your city in the comments right now. I want to know what you're dealing with on the ground. And if you've got family in any of these areas, stick around because some of this information could genuinely help them. Let's start with the areas getting hammered right now because these folks don't have time to wait. Buffalo, you know what's coming, 6 to 15 inches, and those lake effect bands aren't messing around. Temps running 25 to 35. Cold enough that this snow piles up fast and sticks around. If you haven't cleared your roof from the last round, adding another foot of snow is how structures start failing. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to keep you safe. Check your roof loading this week. Syracuse is the other bullseye, 8 to 12 inches, with temps of 15 to 25. Tug Hill Plateau could see even more, maybe pushing 15 inches in the worst spots. Cleveland, you're catching the Lake Erie Fetch, 4 to 10 inches expected at 30 to 40 degrees. And you know how this works. East side gets buried while west side might only see a few inches. Your neighbor 10 miles away could be shoveling for hours while you barely dust off the car. That's lake effect for you. Wildly inconsistent, and that's exactly what makes it dangerous. Detroit, 3 to 8 inches coming your way at 28 to 38 degrees. If you're commuting from the western suburbs, give yourself an extra 30 minutes because those roads are going to be slick. Milwaukee, same story, 4 to 10 inches at 25 to 35 degrees with that brutal lake wind. Wind chill is going to make it feel way colder, so if you're walking to work, layer up or you'll regret it. Madison could see 5 to 12 inches at 20 to 35 degrees, some of the higher totals in Wisconsin. Grand Rapids, you're right in the Lake Michigan snow belt, 5 to 8 inches expected. Now here's where it gets serious, and I need everyone in the Northern Plains to listen up. Minneapolis, you're locked in at 15 to 30 degrees with 4 to 10 inches of snow coming. But it's not the snow that worries me, it's the cold. Wind chill could drop dangerously low. At these temps, frostbite happens in under 30 minutes, so limit your time outside. Fargo, you're dealing with some of the coldest air in the country right now, 10 to 25 degrees. Snow totals of 6 to 15 inches. And honestly, this is the kind of cold that can be life-threatening. If you've got elderly parents in the Dakotas or Minnesota, pick up the phone today and check on them. I'm serious about this. A quick call could make all the difference. Sioux Falls is looking at 5 to 12 inches at 15 to 30 degrees. But here's the wild part. By next Tuesday, you could be pushing 70 degrees. That kind of swing, from bitter cold to spring-like warmth, that's when the atmosphere gets angry. Des Moines, 3 to 8 inches at 25 to 40 degrees, right on the edge of the cold. Omaha, same deal, 3 to 8 inches. And you'll feel that transition from cold to warm later this week. Now let me explain why this matters, because it's not just about the next few days. The GFS and European models are both showing a pattern flip coming by late February. Right now we've got a big ridge keeping the east warm, temps running 20 to 40 degrees above average. Chicago could hit 55 by Monday. That's not normal February weather, that's April. But here's what everyone needs to understand. This warmth is temporary. Winter isn't done with us, not by a long shot. Once this ridge breaks down, cold air comes flooding back, and that's when we see big storms. I'm already watching signals for late February that could bring significant snow back to the east. So enjoy the warmth if you've got it, but don't pack away those snow shovels just yet. Now here's the other thing everyone needs to watch. A Valentine's Day storm is brewing. A low pressure system is coming out of the southwest and it's tapping into Gulf moisture. By Saturday, we're looking at heavy rain and possible severe weather from Texas to the Tennessee Valley. Arkansas is ground zero. Some spots could see 4 to 5 inches of rain. That corridor from Oklahoma City through Little Rock to Memphis, that's where storms could train over the same areas. When that happens, flooding becomes a real concern, so keep an eye on low-lying areas. Dallas and San Antonio, you're in the zone for possible supercell activity as this thing gets going. Not guaranteed, but the setup is there, so stay weather aware through the weekend. Saturday night into Sunday morning is when things could get dicey for the Gulf Coast. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, even into western Georgia. Severe weather is possible, and overnight storms are the most dangerous kind because people are asleep. Make sure your phone alerts are on and you know where your safe spot is before you go to bed Saturday. Now let's talk about the snow potential on the northern edge of this storm. The models aren't consistent yet, so I'm not going to promise anything. But there's a chance, a real chance, that some areas north of the rain could see accumulating snow. We'll know more in the next 48 hours as the models lock in on the exact track. All right, let me run through the rest of the Midwest because there's important info here too. Chicago, 2 to 6 inches of lake effect at 25 to 35 degrees, then warming up big time. By Monday afternoon, you could be in the mid-50s, so whatever falls early in the week will melt fast. Indianapolis, 2 to 5 inches at 30 to 45 degrees, manageable, but roads will be slick. Columbus, 3 to 7 inches at 32 to 42, expect a couple rounds of snow showers through midweek. Cincinnati, lighter totals at 1 to 4 inches. 35 to 45 degrees, you're on the warm side. St. Louis, 1 to 4 inches with rain mixing in at times, 35 to 45 degrees. Kansas City, you've been running way above average, 30 to 45 degrees with 2 to 6 inches possible. Pittsburgh, 2 to 6 inches at 35 to 45, lake-enhanced snow keeps things active. Toledo, 3 to 5 inches at 20 to 30 degrees, you're close enough to Erie to catch some bands. Now let's hit the Northeast, and honestly, you guys are getting a break right now. New York City, 40 to 50 degrees with maybe a trace to 2 inches if a weak system slides through. Compared to what you dealt with in January, this is a vacation. Enjoy it. Boston, trace to 3 inches possible with temps of 38 to 48, well above normal for mid-February. Philly, 42 to 52 degrees with trace to 2 inches. Not much to worry about for the Delaware Valley. DC and Baltimore, both running 45 to 55 degrees with minimal snow. Pretty quiet week ahead. But here's the thing, and I want all my Northeast viewers to hear this clearly. This mild stretch is not going to last. There's a potential storm window February 15th to 21st. Too early for specifics, but the pattern is setting up for at least one more significant event before February ends. So when I say don't put the shovels away, I mean it. We're going to need them again. All right, quick hits on the south because most of you are sitting pretty right now. Atlanta, 50 to 60 degrees, no snow, but watch the severe threat Saturday night into Sunday. Dallas, 50 to 65 degrees, thunderstorms possible with that Valentine's Day system. Houston, 55 to 70 degrees, no worries, just typical Gulf Coast February weather. Miami, 70 to 80 degrees, and yeah, the rest of us are jealous, not gonna lie. New Orleans, 55 to 65 degrees, but heavy rain could cause localized flooding with that storm. Nashville and Memphis, both in the 45 to 55 range, heavy rain is your main concern. Charlotte and Raleigh, 45 to 58 degrees, you dodge the winter bullet this time. Birmingham, 50 to 60 degrees, keep an eye on severe weather potential Saturday night. Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, all in the 60s and 70s, classic Florida winter, nothing to report. Now, the West is a completely different story, and it's actually good news out there. That cutoff low off the coast is pumping serious moisture into the mountains. Sierra Nevada peaks could see 46 to 50 inches of snow over the next week. That's monster total. Utah mountains, over a foot. Rockies getting hammered at higher elevations. This is exactly what the West needs. Snowpack has been running way below normal. Denver, 5 to 15 inches with temps of 35 to 50. Multiple waves coming through mid-month. Salt Lake, 6 to 12 inches of mountain snow at 30 to 45 degrees. Great news for the ski resorts. Boise, 2 to 6 inches at 35 to 50 degrees. Higher terrain sees more. Seattle and Portland, 40 to 52 degrees. Mainly rain for the lowlands. Snow above 3,000 feet. San Francisco, 50 to 60 degrees with rain. Beneficial moisture for the Bay Area. LA, 55 to 65 degrees with light rain. Nothing too concerning for SoCal. Phoenix and Vegas, dry and mild at 55 to 75, typical desert winter. Anchorage, heavy snow and high winds, 10 to 25 degrees, a powerful Alaska storm rolling through. Now here's my bottom line, and I want everyone to hear this. We're in a transition period right now, stuck between the brutal cold of January and what's coming next. The warmth is real, it's here, and for the next week to 10 days, enjoy it. But I've been doing this long enough to know, when you see 60-degree temperature swings, big weather follows. Late February is going to bring cold air back to the east, and with it, more storm potential. Could be a big snow for the plains, Could hit the Great Lakes again, could track up the East Coast. I don't know the specifics yet, but I know winter isn't finished with us. So here's what I need from you, depending on where you are. Great Lakes and Upper Midwest, take this lake effect seriously. Check those roofs. Clear the snow. Make sure your heating is working properly. These temps are no joke. Northern Plains, limit your time outdoors. And for the love of all things good, check on your elderly neighbors. A 5-minute visit could save someone's life in cold like this. I'm not being dramatic. South, watch the Valentine's Day storm, especially Saturday night. Keep those alerts on. Know where your safe spot is before the storms arrive. Don't figure it out at 2 a.m. West, if you're in the mountains, chain up and be careful. Passes are going to be treacherous. And everyone enjoying this false spring, enjoy it, but stay ready because it won't last. Now I want to hear from you because your observations help verify what the models are showing. Great Lakes folks, how are those bands setting up? What are you measuring out there? If you're seeing this crazy warm weather, drop your high temp in the comments. Let's see some records fall. And if you've got family in any of these areas I covered, share this with them. That's what this is about. Looking out for each other when the weather gets serious. I'll have another update as we get closer to the Valentine's Day storm and the models lock in. Things could shift in the next 24 to 48 hours, so if you want the latest, you know what to do. Stay safe out there, take the cold seriously, and look after the people around you. Winter's got a few more punches to throw, but we're going to get through it together. I'll see you in the next update. Take care of yourselves.